Episode 31. Up between a rock and a bald spot.
It's 10 more than 21.
That is 10 more than 21. That's very true.
Which, for those of you who don't know, is 9 plus 10.
Exactly. That is how math works. So, Rocco, I heard you got banned cheating in Battlefield 6.
I did. I was, wait, why did I get banned again?
For using Cronus.
Yeah! I don't even have a fucking controller.
No, so the Cronus devs are getting clapped so hard with their service, they actually recommended the people, the users of Cronus, to pause their services because Battlefield 6's anti-cheat is so fucking crisp that they're getting fucking shit on.
True. Not only did they say to pause their the services, but they also said don't talk about it if you get banned.
Yeah, which is so funny. So like, this is hot off the heels. Well, I say hot off the heels, I guess it's been a while, but this is off the heels of like COD, and COD implemented Ricochet, and that was supposed to be like some top tier fucking cheat preventer, and like maybe it is, but at least there were no articles stating that the cheat devs were like, hey, fucking pause your services, hey, don't actively talk about getting banned. Like they, like Ricochet always like will put out updates, or COD will put out Ricochet updates on like how many people were banned, but like you still see hackers every fucking game just about.
True.
And I actually, and this could be because kill cam, like no kill cams, but I don't actually think I've died to someone in Battlefield 6 yet and been like, oh, that kid was cheating.
So I've got a little more playtime than you. And there's definitely been a couple instances where I'm like, but I think for the most part, I'm not running into cheaters either. There was one guy that was definitely cheating, and I fucking reported his. What the fuck? These are smudged as a bit, and I can't unsmudge them. But there was definitely one guy who was 100% cheating. Because he was running around and he was only hitting like he popped up in the feed a couple times, and he was only getting headshots.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, this stuff like that kind of sticks out.
Yeah, and like the way he had killed me, I was like, that was really weird, because where he was looking and where I was, like, he shouldn't even seen me, but he fucking saw me and lit my noggin up. So
your noggin does.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think the anti-cheat is at least working better than COD's anti-cheat. That's for sure.
During Battlefield's beta, it actually blocked over 330,000 attempts, which is kind of crazy. Also, who the fuck's hacking in a beta, dude? That is so fucking weird.
Everybody. People who hack do it all the time, no matter what.
I don't really understand that. Like, I feel like, I'll be completely honest with you, I think hacks would be fun for legit 20 minutes. Because like it's not skill based anymore. Like you're just steamrolling, and like I feel like that loses its flair.
Yeah,
after like 2 games.
The people who do that shit though are doing it because they know it pisses other people off. And that's like the high they ride.
Is shitting on people, and like there's no
and then
chance.
They actually get like happy when they get banned, because it's like, oh dude, these people got so fucking mad that they reported me. Like I'm winning in life over them. Like that's the type of that's the type of attitude that those kids have, and they're just like, a lot of them even think like, oh dude, I'm so good at this game, look at my score, like I'm so good.
Yeah,
that's like, it's score, yeah, you're fucking 80-2, but like you didn't do that, the cheats did that.
Yeah, literally he's cheating.
But they think it's all, they're like, oh no dude, it's like skill, because like you still have to have like good map knowledge and you have to like place yourself well, and it's like, dog, you didn't actually shoot anyone yourself though.
No,
I don't know.
not at all.
I think the people who buy hacks for like wall hacks and stuff make a little more sense for having fun, because it's like, oh, you know where everybody is. So now it is still like you have to like win your engagements. Like just knowing people are there doesn't mean you're gonna win all the time.
Yeah.
But even then, like that's still fucking stupid, because it's like you can't outplay that. Like I can't like duck behind cover and like fake someone out or whatever because they're just staring at you through the wall.
Yeah.
Those are usually the cheaters though, that when they are cheating and I figure it out that they are cheating, I can usually shit on them because I'm just better. Unless they're using walls and aimbot.
I'm just taller.
Exactly. I am just taller.
That's immediately what I thought of when you said that.
It's I'm taller, by the way.
True.
I can hit that one. Hold on, let me find it. I think it's this one.
Oh god, be careful.
Yeah, it's a risky click. I think it's this one.
Little bitch.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
It wasn't.
Use your Johnson.
Oh, it wasn't that one either.
Not that one either.
I don't think it's this one, but I'm gonna press it anyway.
Suck my ass.
Okay, it has to be this one.
I'm taller, by the way.
Perfect.
There you go. 8th time's the charm, as the kids say.
Wait, what is this one? Never mind. I think this is a quack.
Oh, yeah.
It's a quack.
Brother.
It's a quack?
Oh, you're talking about my cock.
My
It wasn't a
quack.
quack.
You're talking about my quack.
Yeah.
I don't use those like ever anymore, so I don't remember like what the fuck.
Yeah, that finally, after like 6 years, lost its flair.
It was like after like 3 months, but
For you, I was still using them like quite often. You know what kind of did it for me?
The Discord soundboard?
Moving.
Uh-oh.
No, actually, moving to like I fucking and like the files are still technically there, but I lost all my soundboard files because of fucking dual PC.
I got you. For me, I mean, the dual PC kind of plays a role into it, but for me, it's that the GoXLR is slightly further away from me now. Since the dual PC setup, because it used to be right next to my keyboard and now it's behind my keyboard, so I can't reach some of it unless I like lean forward. But the other thing for me was my shit cuts out and breaks if I bump it too hard, so I just don't touch it. Like ever. Like I just don't touch it. I touch it sometimes, but like I try not to touch it because it shorts it and fucking screws it up, so I just try not to do that.
Yeah, just don't touch it. Forehead.
Exactly. The other thing I want to mention about the anti-cheat though is that they introduced the kernel level anti-cheat, and like I'm not even kidding, like a day or two later Call of Duty was like, hey, we're adding kernel level anti-cheat to Black Ops 7.
Yes, that was very funny.
I was like, okay, great. What the fuck did we have before? Because it wasn't working.
Yeah, that one COD dev or whatever, fucking, they were like, oh yeah, we're not scared of Battlefield. And then I'm pretty sure immediately fucking started doing fucking
everything
like
they could.
texting everyone. Yeah, texting everyone, be like, all right, guys, we got to do this. We got to do this. We got to do this.
Well, because they watched,
we can't let them
dude, they've
beat us.
done so much. What did they do? They walked back skill base, so they're gonna say there's open matchmaking, which they say open matchmaking means there's still skill based to some degree, but I mean it's better than full on skill based matchmaking where the good players are just getting punished because they only play good players.
Yeah.
And then what else did they say they were doing? They're doing the kernel level anti-cheat for Ricochet. I think that's already in Call of Duty now. Or if it's not, it will be at launch. They did a couple other things too that it's like, okay, you guys are kind of feeling the heat, I think, under like you're feeling under pressure for that. So competition's a good thing.
True, though, it actually is. We do love a good competitionist.
Although I'm getting kind of tired of the Battlefield kids being like, oh, dude, go back to Call of Duty. Like, you Call of Duty kids have brain rot and you're fucking stupid. Like, you just fucking mongoloids and can't fucking do anything other than run around and jump around and fucking spray your gun. And, don't understand because Battlefield kids and Call of Duty kids are the same kids, pretty much. But for some reason, Battlefield kids think they're better because they play Battlefield.
I mean, you know how that shit is.
Dude, you know what I was thinking? It's like one of those like UK things. Like I always see videos of people from the UK being like, "Oh, what are like weird assumptions like Americans have about the UK, or like what do Americans think about the UK, or like what's your opinion on this thing happening in the UK?" And Americans are always like, "I don't even know what you're talking about because we don't care. We don't ever think about you guys, like ever."
Yeah.
And but it's funny because like in the UK they're always talking about Americans like constantly, and so like
Yeah.
in their mind like they're constantly talking about us, so we must constantly be talking about them. But it's like a one-way relationship sort of thing, and that's like how the Battlefield thing goes, because no one on COD is ever like, "Oh dude, go back to Battlefield, you're so Battlefield brain rotted." They're just like call you a slur and move on with the day.
Yeah.
So it's just funny because Battlefield kids are like, they're like, "Oh, we're better than COD kids," and COD kids are like, you didn't hear that because Crisp is on, but the podcast.
I believe you.
Yeah.
So last week we talked about Pokemon Legends ZA sales.
True.
And there were no concrete numbers at the time, but an ex-Nintendo dev had stated that they only needed to sell 220k copies to break even. Okay, which like it's Pokemon. They probably sold 220k in the first 10 minutes.
True.
We have concrete numbers now. 5.8 million in the first week.
Pretty good.
That is pretty fucking good. And half of those were for the Switch 2, which is kind of interesting that many were for Switch 2.
Makes sense.
Which also kind of crazy that many was still for Switch 1 though.
True. Well, so a lot of people don't have Switch 2s yet, but I guess people who do have Switch 2s, they have nothing to play.
Yeah.
Like if you own a Switch 2, what Switch 2s have come out? There's Donkey Kong Country, and there's
Star Wars Outlaws.
Well, yeah, there's Star Wars Outlaws, there's Rune Factory,
there's old shit. Yeah,
there's Cyberpunk.
Like,
well, so the Rune Factory game is new, but you know, it's like old shit like Cyberpunk, Star Wars Outlaws. And then the new games are Mario Kart Odyssey or whatever that's called, Mario Kart Galaxy. What the fuck was that called? World. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So there was that, which was really short, by the way. And then there was the Donkey Kong game, which I guess was also pretty short, but it's got good replayability. And then like that's pretty much it. Like they haven't really had many big title releases. So if you have a Switch 2, you're gonna buy Pokemon because like you bought it to play games. There's no games to play. A game comes out, you're gonna buy it. And that's probably gonna continue for a while anyways. I don't know, how many of those games have you bought? Just Mario Kart?
Switch 2 specific games, yeah, only Mario Kart, and that's because it came with my Switch. But I mean, I bought a fuck ton of Switch 1 games.
True.
Since it's backwards compatible. There are, fun fact, there are a few games that aren't. Like I wanted to get Star Wars Republic Commando and Star Wars Bounty Hunter because they remade that for Switch, and it is not compatible with Switch 2.
I don't think they remade Bounty Hunter. I think they just ported it.
Well, yeah, ported it.
You can play that on Steam though. I mean, that's not really the same, but like you can play it on Steam.
True.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I was really interested to like run some other numbers on the other Pokemon games. So Arceus sold 6.5 million in its first week. So this has sold less, which is interesting. And so I was curious what like the overall general sales for some of the older games are. The all-time best-selling Pokemon game, and this might be adjusted for or sorry, no, this isn't dollars, this is just copies sold. Never mind. I was about to be stupid. I caught it though. Red, Green, and Blue sold 31,380,000 copies. which is fucking insane.
Across their lifetime?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I
Those are the first three, correct?
yeah, they are. And those came out in like 97, either the end of 96 or like right in the beginning of 97. I got them like shortly after they came out. Because they were sold out all the time. Like always. And I was like, I think I was 6 or 7. And then my stepmom, shout out stepmom, we were just like walking by the game store in the mall one day, and we happened to go inside because she knew I wanted to look at the games. And I was like, oh look, they have the Pokemon games. And she's like, oh, okay, do you want one? And I was like, yeah. And so she bought me red version. I was like, hell yeah, dude. But then like I would go to school with my Game Boy, and everybody who had a Game Boy had one or both of those, red or blue.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
true. I mean, Pokemon was huge back then, dude. Pokemon was so big back then. I remember Burger King did like toys at one point. They did like Pokemon toys for the movie or something. And I remember going to Burger King the day the toys came out, and we got there at like 3 p.m. And first of all, we had to stand in line forever. But when we got to the front, and my mom's like, oh, she's like, oh, we're doing like, let's get a kid's meal for my kid or whatever, so you can get the Pokemon toy. Which this is like the only time she'd ever done anything like this for me, by the way, because I grew up poor and she hated spending money. And she took me to Burger King. Yeah, true, she did. I think she still does, maybe. We went to Burger King and we were in line. This is like right after school. We went right after school, and they were out of the fucking toys.
Damn.
And I guess what people were doing, there were reports coming out at the time on the news and shit. What people were doing were going into Burger King, asking how many toys they had, buying that many Happy Meals, and then just throwing all the food away and walking out with just the toys.
That's kind of crazy.
It's insane. By the way, this was in the fucking 90s, so food was not that expensive, I guess. You could buy a Happy Meal for like $3 or $4 or something. It wasn't that much, so you just throwing the fucking food away. It's not like now where Happy Meal's like fucking $10. It was Burger King, so they weren't called Happy Meals. I don't remember what they're called. I don't even know if
foot lettuce.
Yeah, foot lettuce. Number 15 Burger King foot lettuce meals. Yep. I don't know if Burger King, do they even still do kids menu shit?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't been to Burger King in like a little over a year.
I think your toy is limited to a crown now. They have to do kids meals. I've seen the fucking apple juice things or whatever. But
Have
yeah.
you seen any foot lettuce or no?
No, I haven't seen any foot lettuce. But it's just kind of funny how crazy like Pokemon was. So like 30, you said 300 million? 321 million or something like that?
It was 31,380,000. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 31 million. Okay. I was gonna say 300 million seems a little crazy, but like 30 million sounds normal.
So the spot, the second and third spot fucking is really shocking too to me.
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's Sword and Shield at 26 million, and then Scarlet Violet at 24 million.
Sword and Shield makes sense to me, being that they were the first mainline games for the Switch.
Okay, that's fair.
Scarlet and Violet.
I guess it's just kind of crazy because it's like, because the numbers don't represent like emulators, so this is like pure like sales of the copies,
right?
So I guess it was just kind of crazy that like the first three and then the two newest, minus the two newest mainline games.
Well, it's interesting because I feel like the first three, it was like that was the height, the peak of like the popularity of Pokemon. It kind of resurged during Pokemon Go, but like the first three was like the height of popularity. And then when Gold and Silver came out, they weren't as popular. And then Ruby and Sapphire came out, and I think they did better than Gold and Silver. And then after that was like the DS days, and like none of those did bad, but I think they weren't doing as well. One, you had to buy a new console from you couldn't use a Game Boy Advance or whatever. You had to buy a DS, and then you had to buy a 3DS or whatever. And I think that sort of thing sent it down a line where it's like, oh, I don't want to buy a new console just to play Pokemon.
Oh yeah. I guess that's fair.
And then there was nothing for like, there was no mainline games for like, I think that's probably why Sword and Shield did well, actually. It's because N64, the GameCube, the Wii, and the Wii U, all four of those, like Nintendo, oh, and I mean, NES and the SNES, but I don't think Pokemon was really out around then. But the four consoles that they could have had a mainline Pokemon game on, they didn't. They only had it. Yeah, and they only had a mainline game on Switch. That was their first like big like full console that they had one. So that's probably why Sword and Shield did so well.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, and then Scarlet and Violet was like the first open world mainline game. Open world. I'm using that very sparingly. And so that makes sense why that one would do well. But I feel like there was a lot of backlash prior to Arceus to Legends EA coming out.
Well, people are kind of getting sick of Game Freak fucking doing the bare minimum. But like, hey, dude, here's they sell 220k copies to break even, and then they sell fucking 5 million in the first week. So it's like, yeah, they're not gonna fucking change because people are just lining up to throw money at them.
Yep.
They're gonna have to severely tank in sales for something to ever fucking change, because Game Freak is just printing money.
It's not even Game Freak necessarily, because they're capable of making incredible games. And actually their other game they're making, I forget what it's called, but have you seen the footage of that game?
No.
It's like God of War level graphics and like gameplay.
Is it a Pokemon game?
No, it's not Pokemon. I don't even think it's Nintendo. It's just Game Freak.
Yes, I did see it, because that was that was something people were saying. People were like, "All right, Game Freak, good shit, dude."
Yeah.
Glad to know y'all can do it.
Yeah, exactly. And so, well, I think the Pokemon thing is like most. So again, Legends ZA is a spin-off title. It's not a mainline title. So don't expect mainline title quality. Not that it's really much different than mainline title quality. So there's that, but there's also a lot of backlash about Nintendo fighting like Pocket Pair or about like Pal World and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Nintendo's been making a lot of spin-off Pokemon games lately. I mean, they kind of always made one. I think a Pokemon game comes out every year, but not a mainline title.
Yeah, if not every year, every like couple of years, because I think Scarlet and Violet came out in 2023. I think
that sounds right. But
I might be wrong about
but
that.
like, so Arceus came out, Scarlet and Violet came out, and then like Pokemon Snap came out, and then after that was Legends ZA, I think. But like, there's been other games.
Scarlet and Violet was 2022. Jesus.
There's been other things though, like Mystery Dungeons and Detective Pikachu. Oh yeah, that one came out. There's been Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, which like you could argue those are mainline games because they're remakes of Red and Blue, but they're different and more like child friendly and gimmicky. So I don't know. I feel like Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu is more like Legends Arceus and Legends ZA than it was like Red or Blue.
Really?
Yeah. And it's interesting that they changed the battle mechanics in Legends ZA, because it's more like, well, I said it's more like a real time sort of, and you have cooldowns instead of points or whatever. And it's interesting that they did that, because that's kind of how battling in Pal World works.
That is funny. So it's not turn-based anymore? It's like fucking...
No.
Or is it still turn-based?
It's like in the realm of turn-based. It's... You don't have like a speed... So in Arceus, right? You had like a speed thing, so it'd still be turn-based, but then your turn would come up and you could sometimes go 2 turns in a row, or the enemy would go 2 turns in a row, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's not the system they went with, which was a different system from the mainline system. They went with cooldown timers, so it's like real time. So sometimes you could just put the console down during the battle because it's your turn. Nothing's going to happen until you make a move. But in ZA, you have like actual time, and the other Pokemon is just going to be constantly attacking you while their moves are on cooldown.
Okay.
So you have to use your moves. And it, like I said last week, it plays more like Final Fantasy 12 as opposed to Final Fantasy 7. For anyone who's played both of those, I think Greg is the only one who's played both of those that I know.
Gregory.
Exactly. But yeah, so it is kind of like how the Pal World combat works. It's not a 1-for-1, but it is similar, and so I think it's funny that they went that direction.
That is really funny, actually. So this next topic fucking blew my mind because I feel like every couple of months I mention this game on the podcast. So Scarface, The World Is Yours randomly got shadow dropped.
Hell yeah.
It was by accident, but some new company, or at least seemingly new company, dropped the game. They are called EC Digital. It came out on Steam and Epic and was promptly removed, I think, same day. It was within 4 days, though, for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was same day. Basically, they accidentally released it early, which, like, I'm kind of curious how that even happened. And a lot of people were, like, kind of scared it was a fucking scam because it uses a mod. And it's like, that's kind of weird. Like, the mod's already, like, with the download, but it uses a mod, and the maker of the mod, whose name is Silent, it did not fucking... They did not contact them and ask. So the whole thing was just very odd. So once they took it down, they issued a statement. They said, "Hi everyone, we want to sincerely thank all of you who noticed and showed interest in Scarface, The World Is Yours. We've recently entered urgent discussions with multiple parties concerning the project's status. After careful consideration, we believe that temporarily hiding the store page is the most appropriate step forward, and we've already begun coordinating with Valve to make that happen shortly. The current page was initially intended as a placeholder while we worked through ongoing licensing and technical matters. Unfortunately, the unintended release of certain builds on other platforms caused unexpected complications and concerns. Because of that, we feel it's necessary to pause and reevaluate. We want to apologize to the community for the confusion and concern this situation may have caused. If things change and we're able to bring the project back in the future, we'll let you know right away. This was entirely our responsibility. We also kindly ask that no one harass or share the personal info of anyone involved, especially individuals unrelated to the project. Some of our partners working on completely separate games have already been negatively impacted, and we deeply regret putting them in that position. We accept full responsibility and are committed to doing better. Thank you for your understanding. EC Digital." I can't fucking believe that game got re-released. I really hope they can figure their shit out and get it actually dropped. It was on the marketplace for $30, which is steep for a game that is almost 20 years old.
True. Yeah, 2006, I think.
It did come out in 2006. That's very steep for a game that like, it's not remastered, remade, nothing. It has the fucking mod that like touches some things up, and the store page mentioned using AI to upscale things. But like, it's not a remaster, not a remake. It's literally just a port with the mods and the AI upscaling, whatever that is going to amount to. So $30 is steep. I'm going to be completely fucking real with you, brother. I would buy that day one. That game,
yeah.
and it's probably blind nostalgia, so I'll probably fucking get it and be like, damn, this shit's ass. But I played that on the Wii of all things, and it was super fun. So I can't imagine playing that shit on mouse and keyboard.
You know what's funny is you, me, and Daniel all fucking played that game, and we all played it on a different console.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I played
on the worst one.
You probably did. I played it on Xbox and Daniel played it on PS2.
That is so funny.
Yeah, it's it kind of looks, for those of you who don't know, it kind of is like a Grand Theft Auto-esque game that takes place immediately after the ending of the film.
Yeah. It's also a retcon. Because in the game, Tony survived the death.
True.
And he didn't actually die at the end of the movie.
Spoilers.
Something, yeah, true. Spoilers for this fucking 45-year-old movie. Also, fun fact, there was supposed to be a sequel to this game.
Hell yeah.
That was going to take place in Vegas. There's like working concept art and like a trailer and stuff for it.
Oh yeah, that would have been sick. They're just trying to make. Hello? Oh, you're still there. Okay. You just like stopped talking and stopped moving. Then I saw like your lip twitch and I was like, oh, maybe he's still there. What was I saying? They're just like following the Godfather plot, like, right? That's the Godfather, right? Where the second one they go to Vegas.
Do they? I don't know. Actually, are you talking about the game or the movie?
The movie.
To be honest with you, I own those movies and I've not watched them yet.
Oh, you've never watched them?
I started Godfather, and Brooke got super uninterested, so I fucking
What do you
turned it
mean
off.
she got uninterested? Can she watch a Tarantino film?
Yeah, we've watched a few together.
There's no way she can't watch the first Godfather. It's a little slow starting out, like it's not that it's slow, it's that it introduces a ton of characters and you have to keep track of who the fuck is what.
Yeah.
And it is like there's not like a lot going on. There's a lot of like dialogue and stuff, but it's like setting you up for everything. It's a good film. All three of them are good films. But
yeah. Well, I've heard the third one's not as good, but I'd fucking maybe I'll like dedicate a day. It's gonna be fucking 2 days though.
yeah.
Maybe during like my vacation in a couple weeks, I'll watch all of the Lord of the Rings extended cuts
Hell
and
yeah.
watch fucking Godfather 1, 2, and 3. That's
Hell
gonna be
yeah.
all 10 days. I'm off.
Yeah, it is. It is going to be all 10 days you're off. I mean, you don't have to marathon them or anything. Just watch one every day.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the Godfather films are kind of long too, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. The Scarface game was really fun. I really enjoyed it. It had really good music. It was a whole bunch of Mexican rap, which is very Cuban of them.
That is very Cuban of them.
The funny thing about it is the music does not fit the time period at all. Some of it did, but most of it didn't fit the time period at all. Which I think is kind of hilarious. But
that is really funny.
Yeah.
Another game that was actually surprisingly good was the Godfather 2 game.
Never played it.
That was pretty solid. That was a fucking GTA clone. Fun fact about my life during that game as well. Part of the reason why I wanted to jump ship to PS3, like I loved God of War because I'd played 1 and 2, and God of War 3 was like coming out, and I wanted to play that. But part of the reason why I wanted a PS3 was somehow I accidentally put a fucking like fucking child lock type thing on my Xbox 360, and I could only play, my memory wants to say 30 minutes a day, but I feel like it would have taken me months to beat like the shortest game, and I feel like it was longer than that, so maybe it was 3 hours.
You probably. How did you do
but
that?
yeah, I don't know. I was like fucking around in the settings one day and somehow turned it on, and for some reason I could not figure out how to turn it off.
Probably because you need a password, and we all know how you are with passwords.
True. That was before fucking autofill. I was also like fucking probably 9 or 10, maybe 11.
What's funny is the whole password thing is when I first started making accounts where you would need passwords, my dad was always like, make sure you write that shit down because you're definitely not going to remember it. And so
Sure.
I had like all my passwords written down on like index cards and shit. And then I think it was in like middle school or something. My computer teacher was like, stop writing your fucking passwords down. What if someone steals that? Then they can log into your shit.
And you were like, oh shit, that's true.
Yeah, exactly. And then I fucking stopped writing them down and just memorizing them. And I've forgotten so many passwords since then. And at this point, like, who's gonna fucking, like, if someone breaks into my house, right, and they see a notebook next to my desk that has all my passwords in it, they're probably gonna look at it and not pay any attention at all to the notebook, but they are gonna steal my fucking computer. And it's pretty easy to get into a computer. And once you're in the computer, you can just open Chrome and all my fucking passwords are right there. And guess how you get access to those? The same way you got access to my computer. So like,
Hell yeah.
all my passwords are going to be fucked at that point.
Yeah.
But the passwords I would have written down in my notebook would be fine. They'd be okay. So it's kind of funny how I think writing your passwords down today in the modern age might be better than saving them on your PC or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Turns out Rock was ahead of the game.
True. No, my dad was ahead of the game because he knew I was fucking not going to remember my passwords.
True. Shout out your father for more than one thing.
True. Like dying. Rest in peace, Pops.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. the homie.
Yeah, don't be smoking, kids. You'll get bladder cancer. I don't know
Exactly.
if those things would sound related to you. They never sounded related to me, but apparently it's very common. More common than throat cancer, actually.
That's lame.
I don't actually know if that's true, but that's what the doctor told my father. So that's what he told me.
So another game that we've talked about extensively on the podcast, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Also, a running theory we had was that Ubisoft was fucking lying or inflating shit because they never like really gave like super concrete numbers.
Who are they? Nintendo?
Yeah, literally. So Ghost of Yotei
Ghost of Yotei.
sold 2.5 million copies in 3 weeks, which passed Assassin's Creed Shadows at 2.4 million in 7 months. Now, granted, this is just the PS5 player base. So Yotei sold 0.1 million more than Shadows, but it's 3 weeks versus 7 months. That is an insane difference.
Yeah.
Also, Shadows was majority of the player base at 56%.
On PS5?
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, so the majority of Shadows players played on PS5 at 56%.
Okay,
of the
so
player base.
Yeah, that means the remaining 40. What did you say? 56?
56, yeah. So
The
44.
remaining 44% were split between Xbox and Steam.
Yeah.
Probably, I'd say like probably 30% Xbox. 30% Steam and the rest Xbox.
I would probably estimate something like that. That's fucking crazy.
But so they're probably about even then. I mean, I guess technically Assassin's Creed is a little ahead still in terms of actual overall sales across all platforms.
And Ghost is just on PS5.
Yeah. So
I'm curious how many people got Tsushima on PC when it released on PC, because that would amount for like a good little chunk extra as well.
I don't think it was that many people. I don't know anyone who did.
I want to. It's just too expensive.
Yeah. That game's good, but I just don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of fucking medieval sword fighter games, Remedy was playing Kingdom Come 2, and that game looks
hell yeah.
That game looks like a lot of fun. Like, it looks a lot better than the first one, like more refined and stuff.
Hell yeah. I wanted to play it. I fucking bought it, but I
play it
fucking
too.
couldn't really get into one.
Well,
So
dude, one is
Shishima sold over 800,000 units on PC within 20 days.
You said 800,000?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That is really fucking good. Yeah.
So I don't know, at least probably another million or so on PC.
Easily. Uh,
Won't go to Xbox though,
so total sales estimates per Steam DB is 2.12 to 2.59 million as of mid 2024.
okay, well, there you go. Ghost of Yotei might double their sales on Steam.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy. Yeah. So
of course, I don't think it's coming
yeah.
to Steam anytime soon. I think
Yeah, I don't think it's been announced,
yeah,
but I
it'll
think Sony's gonna try to start like pumping them out a little bit quicker.
yeah,
Since they do
Sony
so well.
Yeah, Sony does want to get all their exclusives on Steam. They're behind though. They still have a lot to put over. I don't even think I guess they did finally get Spider-Man 2. Maybe they're not as far behind as I thought, but they are behind still.
Yeah. Well, they do want it to be a little bit of a window because they're not doing the Xbox approach, which kind of sucks. Where like Xbox is like, hey, we fucking can't move units, so let's release shit same day.
Yeah.
And Sony's like, nah, let's move double the units, so let's put it on PS5 first and PC in like a year or 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, like a year gap makes sense, but like, I don't know. The thing that pisses me off about that is Grand Theft Auto. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
dude, I just mentioned Grand Theft Auto, like when we were talking about Scarface. But like, just mentioning it just now made me realize that like, that's not that far off.
It's not. No, I need to hurry up and get a PS5.
A Pro, yeah. So
Yeah.
that coming out, dude, if I wasn't so excited for it, I honestly would just wait until it came out on PC.
Same, because I'm probably gonna fucking get it on PC.
The same. I'm gonna end up buying it on both, which is probably why they did that, because they know
Yeah,
dumbasses like us are gonna
is.
buy it on both.
It is, yeah. Because I mean, it's definitely gonna be the best way to play it is gonna be PC. But like, I'm also not gonna wait fucking a year or two to play that. 'Cause that game's gonna be fucking generational.
Yeah. Damn, dude, that sucks.
It does suck. Those kids know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do. Anyways, we'll talk about. Did you have anything else to say about that?
No, that was it for Yotei.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk about that Counterstrike update, dude. Did you hear about that?
Did I? Boy, did I. Actually, I don't remember who it was. I think it was. So it was Fodder, and I think it was some other guy, the Saw Hero. They were arguing in Suavez's Discord about it, and one of them was saying that he's glad this happened because he hates Counter-Strike players because they're too competitive.
Damn.
And he hates people who play games like that.
Damn.
Not that people who play Counter-Strike, but people who play Counter-Strike competitively. He doesn't like them. He doesn't like people who play shooters competitively. Was the whole
Kinda
thing.
rude.
Yeah, and he was taking it out on Fodder for some reason. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. You should go in there and read it if you have time.
I should go in there and read it. Let's read it for the podcast.
It's right. We could read it for the podcast. I don't think either of them listen to the podcast, so it'd be fine to mention it. I don't think Fodder said anything that was that wild, but Saw here was getting real upset about him over it. But
Yeah.
For those of you who still don't know what we're fucking talking about, Counter-Strike implemented a system where you can trade your reds up for a knife.
Yep.
And if you don't know what that means, it's there's an online market for Counter-Strike, and there's loot crates, and the knives are the things that everyone is after. And prior to this, most of the knives were, I mean, some of them were like kind of cheap, like they're a couple $100 cheap, but most of them were like $1,000 to $3,000. Some of them being as high as like 10,000, I think. Would you pay $10,000 to have a fucking digital knife in a game?
No, that's kind of crazy.
Well, and the rates are so bad that you could pay the $10,000 to get the knife, or you could pay $10,000 to buy crates and open crates until maybe you get the knife.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Or maybe you end
stupid.
up getting 3 knives that equal more than that, or something.
Maybe. Dude, at some point, Nate Shot was opening crates, and then Tim was opening crates, and those I guess were the best numbers that they had ever had on Twitch in like a long time. Nate Shot, I think, ever. Those were his best numbers on Twitch ever, was while he was opening knives on Counterstrike. And Trainwrecks actually sponsored a stream, which if you don't know who that is, he's the fucking is he the founder of Kick?
No, co-founder maybe, or like
Yeah.
he was like a big endorser of
Yeah,
Kick.
he was, but it's Kick and Stake that he has a big investment in.
Would you say he has a stake in it?
He does have a stake in Stake. He's the Gamba King basically. But it's just funny that I think he sponsored a stream for them, and he bought them both like $10,000 or something of loot crates to open on stream.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but so anyways, there's a huge like they're basically NFTs, right? Which for those of you who don't know, NFT stands for non-frangible token. Fungible? I don't fucking know. It's
I think
a weird.
fungible.
Who cares? It's fucking stupid. Basically, it's a digital asset. People put value in weird things, so nothing has value unless you assign value to it. So
True.
and you have to have multiple people playing the game, because I could say this bottle of water is $1 million, give me $1 million for it. Nobody in the room is going to give me $1 million. Now if this is the last bottle on earth of clean water, drinking water, everyone's going to want to give me $1 million for it, because supply and all that. The thing is, I don't know why people were ever putting so much money. So the fact that they're tradable and sellable on the Steam marketplace is one thing entirely. And you have some experience with selling things on Steam marketplace, right? With PUBG items?
Yeah, PUBG items and like fucking trading cards and shit like that.
Yeah,
you get for playing games.
But a lot of that stuff doesn't get over like $1. I mean, some of the PUBG stuff got kind of expensive, but I think like the most expensive thing was like that red jacket.
Yeah. PlayerUnknown's coat was like really high up there at one point.
Well, until they gave it to everyone. If you fucking logged in during a certain period. I think it was like the 7th anniversary or 5th anniversary. I don't know.
Something like that. I missed it.
Yeah. But yeah, so Steam Marketplace things can have value. People were hoping that Banana Game was going to turn into a crazy NFT farm. And to some extent it has, but like kind of not. I don't know. It's interesting how the digital marketplace works in general, but the new update basically made it so that if you have shit you don't want, which most people who have been opening a lot of crates have in droves, can trade up and get the knife they want, which is kind of unfair to the people who got the knife in a different method, like whether you bought the knife or you bought enough crates to get the knife. Now it's kind of like anybody can get the knife, so it kind of crashed the entire market. What did it say? They lost how much money? They lost
$1 billion in market cap, brother. 1 billion with a B.
No, what I'm looking at right here says they lost $3 billion overnight. It was a $6 billion market, and they lost half of their value.
I wonder if it leveled out or if it got worse then. Because what I was reading said it knocked $1 billion off the market cap. But my article might have been old, maybe.
I don't know. This one's from yesterday, so yeah, so it says, according to Price Empire, the skin market peaked at over 6.08 billion right before the update was announced, then fell to a low of 3.08 billion, erasing roughly 3 billion in real world money. So it's like the stock market, sort of. I think people were trading it like it's stocks, like assets and stuff.
It's just Counter-Strike's Great Depression. That is so fucking funny.
Great Depression? This is their fucking 2008 housing crash, dude. This is their fucking recession. I mean, Great Depression, yeah. Dude, this is crazy because it's just like Valve made a little update, just a little one, just to make it more fair for everybody. but at the same time, it makes it unfair for those who have invested literally billions of dollars. Not, I think no single person has invested that much. However, you know, people collectively have invested that much. So can you imagine? Fucking that has to hurt Steam in some way too, doesn't it?
Potentially. So there's been lots of strife with that, just because fucking like there's been creators talking about, you know, like it's crazy that y'all did that because you know people are gonna harm themselves over this. Because like some people had, you know, $10,000, $1,000, $5,000, $8,000 knives and gloves and stuff like that.
There was a trending hashtag with it that was like, "Don't kill yourself, it'll be okay," or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like, "Love yourself, it'll be okay."
Yeah, so fucking what's crazy too though is someone did the math, and technically speaking, so there's 20 million coverts excluding knives and gloves. Even if you traded up every single lower tier skin to a covert, it only adds 9 million more. In the worst case scenario, if all 29 million of those coverts were traded up, it would only roughly double the supply of knives and gloves from 5.5 million to 11 million.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
But that would require
the amount of knives double, so the value of the knives half.
Yeah.
I mean, that would require everybody to do it, and I'm sure some people who have, even people who have knives, could have died. And
yeah.
So like, or maybe they forgot their password, like old Ninjahitman here.
True.
Maybe you've got an old Steam account that's actually got a knife on it and you didn't even know.
That would suck.
That would suck.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to end up balancing out.
I mean, maybe. Probably
I guess they
not.
technically have to redo or undo rather.
They can't.
Update.
They can't undo the update because they would have to. If anyone actually has traded up so far, they would have to refund them in some manner, and I don't know how you would do that because now they have something that's worth a ton of money on their account. Yeah, they literally can't undo this. They have to just roll with it now, and that's unfortunate because that destroys a lot of trust in the market if you were using it as a market. Because what's to stop Valve from doing something like this again in the future? They've just proved that they have there's precedent for them doing it. Therefore, they could do it in the future. People are going to want to pull out of the market quickly. Especially after a crash like that. Like you fire sale your shit and you get out. That's what a lot of people are going to end up doing. And so if you're looking to enter the market, now might be a good time. But again, people are pulling out because the trust is gone. So if it recovers and you happen to get into the market, you could make some good money doing knife trading right now. Unfortunately, that's being optimistic. You might just lose your money also. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like maybe we shouldn't be treating digital items as assets, especially when someone like Valve can make a change like that. Could you imagine if like something like that happened to like Bitcoin or Ethereum?
So I think that kind of sort of does happen. Like when something happens to like the blockchain.
True.
Like that actually does fucking happen. So I could imagine that.
The craziest thing I think to me is that the blockchain is technically tangible somewhere. It's on a server. Like not a single server, but it is physically located somewhere, and like one day the power could just go out and it's gone.
Yeah, it's true.
But the other thing is like all of that stuff is like tied to like addresses. Like not physical addresses, like internet addresses. And like, I'm surprised that it doesn't get like data mined and leaked more often than it does.
That's actually true.
Or maybe it does, and the people who data mine it just keep it to themselves and just give themselves a whole Bitcoin or something.
So what's crazy is some guy was solo mining. So what most people do is they'll mine like in a party. So
Yeah.
that way if like one person in the party hits it, they all share it. So this guy was solo mining, which is evidently harder. And he actually he found a block, and he got like fucking 3 Bitcoin or something out of
Oh
it.
yeah.
And he'd only been mining for a week. And you
Damn.
fucking imagine, yeah.
Become almost.
Assuming his story was accurate. I
Yeah,
don't know.
true.
It could have been bullshit, but yeah, could you imagine the fucking luck on that guy?
Oh, well, and what you do is you get rid of those 3 Bitcoin and you go buy more GPUs and you fucking mine even more.
Right?
It's a little harder to mine now than it was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. At least in terms of just buying a GPU and plugging it into a mining machine. You can still kind of do it, but it's not the same. But yeah, it's just interesting because like you couldn't mine knives necessarily. I mean, you could buy.
True.
I mean, there was always the chance that you could get on the game, buy 1 crate, and get a knife. Like that definitely was always possible. And you could buy 1 knife and then have like $10,000, and a $10,000 knife and sell the knife. Like that was always possible. But who actually, like, who was that happening to? Like, if that ever happened, I don't think it happened to many people.
Yeah. No, I mean the chances of it happening, I'm sure, are like winning the lottery. That would be really cool though. Imagine hitting that and then being able to sell the knife, and then you just have 10,000 in your Steam wallet, and you can just pretty much like you can probably, unless you go crazy buying games, like 10,000 would probably cover you for
The rest of your life.
the rest of the time you're gaming easily, unless you're going crazy
Yeah.
and you're like buying all your friends like shit off their wish list and like buying the ultra fucking edition of every game. But
well, it depends on how many games you buy, I guess. I'm thinking like I buy like, realistically, I buy like maybe 5 games a year. And off of Steam, it's like 2.
Yeah.
So like 10,000 in my Steam wallet would literally last me forever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. That'd be so cool.
Dude, wouldn't it? You get on and open a crate and it's a fucking $10,000 knife. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's not.
Yeah, it'd be $5,000.
That'd still be pretty sick.
Yeah, it would be.
This is not advice to go get on Counterstrike and buy crates. Don't do that. I mean, you can if you want to, or you're into that, or you want to gamble, but it is gambling. So just, you know.
No, sub and donate bits to Rock and I.
True. And Dan Zeroni, if you're feeling like you want to donate to him, but you really should just send anything you're going to send to him to me.
Exactly.
I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll link my donate link and my Twitch link so you can
I already linked your Twitch actually.
Oh hell yeah. See, he's already doing it.
Or it might be your YouTube.
Damn, this kid's only linking my YouTube.
True.
Did you just copy the description every time?
Yes.
Hell yeah. And then you add the timestamp.
I do.
Makes sense.
I copy the description, change the episode number, episode date, and the timestamps.
Well, in other unfortunate news, moving on, we I mean, I think it's unfortunate news. Maybe it's not. Maybe you're actually happy that it's not happening.
It had the potential to be unfortunate news.
I think it's unfortunate news. I would have enjoyed it.
So there is a canceled, very loose terminology, but there's a canceled Kylo focused Star Wars movie. It was going to be called The Hunt for Ben Solo. It was shelved back in 2021 as well. However, this movie is kicking up all sorts of like petitions. So, um, Steven Soderbergh and what the fuck is Ben Swallow's
Adam
actor's name?
Driver.
Adam Driver.
Good soup.
Steven Soderbergh and Adam Driver they both kind of like went on record to talk about it finally, because like no one knew about it until pretty much just now, like this past week.
Yeah.
And so since talking about it, fans have paid for a plane to fly a banner reading "Save the Hunt for Ben Solo" over Disney Studios in Burbank, California. And a billboard popped up at 1500 Broadway between 43rd and 44th above Carlo's Bake Shop that reads, "For Adam, no one's ever really gone. Hope lives. Ben is alive. Hashtag THBS." So people really fucking want this movie to come out, and the Snyder Cut actually had someone paid for a plane to fly a banner over the studio, and that worked. So
and the Snyder Cut did a lot of things, I think, a lot better than the original Justice League film.
it did do things better, but it still was not that great.
I think I think the general, like, the through line of the story and plot was just not great.
Yeah.
And then I think another thing holding that film back was just the pacing. Like, it was like, had really weird pacing.
It did. Well, and it did because it had to fucking shove a whole it had to shove like a whole fucking saga like into one movie, essentially.
Yeah. And
like one whole Marvel phase, basically, because they were like, "Up, gotta fight." Fuck, what was the kid's name? Steppenwolf.
Yeah,
gotta
Yellow
fight
Wolf.
Steppenwolf.
Eminem's protege, Yellow Wolf. Yeah, exactly. Steppenwolf himself. Steppenwolf is fine as a villain. I think the real issue is that they introduced him like kind of late in the movie, and it's like, oh, this is the bad guy. Because the first part of the movie is like they're fighting each other for the most part, or if they're not fighting each other, they're all having like their own drama elsewhere. And I think like we could have had a second Wonder Woman movie before that. We could have had a standalone like Batman movie before that. We could have had, I mean, there was the Flash TV show, but I don't know was that even out before the film came out?
The Flash show?
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably had started.
I don't know. I feel like they should have done, I don't know. And then like they introduced like Cyborg, and like traditionally I don't feel like Cyborg is part of the Justice League. Teen Titans, sure. Justice League, not really.
Yeah, the Flash started in 2014.
Okay. So I don't know. I feel like they could have done it better. They could have set that up better. But anyways, that's not really the point. The point is that the who is the director or whatever, the head, the Disney guy that's
it's like a head of the
like,
company, like the CEO or whatever.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? Not him though.
Bob Iger.
Yeah, Bob Iger. That's not who I'm thinking of though. He was the he was like he's had his hands like in Marvel, and he's the like main guy for like the Skywalker saga. But I not the Skywalker saga, but the sequels. What are those called? I feel like
I don't know what you're talking about.
True. I feel like I'm fucking stupid right now. I don't know, Disney execs, dude.
W execs.
Let me just look it up, see if I can find the actual quote. So Soderbergh was that was the director, right?
No, he was like doing the screenplay.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Disney CEO Bob Iger and co-chairman Alan Bergman shot the idea down because Kylo Ren definitely died in The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, so that's why it got scrapped.
Yeah. Well, so it's just funny because they say he definitely died in The Rise of Skywalker. I saw a TikTok actually talking about this. And they're like, oh yeah, he definitely died, which like his death is he fell down a hole and we don't actually see what happens to him. And in things like One Piece, for instance, which is an anime and from Japan, which is completely a different thing altogether, but in One Piece, none of the characters die unless they die on screen. So if you see them fall into a pit of lava, but then it cuts before they die, they're not dead. Okay?
Correct.
So we don't know what happens to Kylo, but after this person says, like, oh, Kylo's definitely dead, they're like, hey, check this out. And it's Boba Fett's hand coming out of the sand. Because he definitely died when he got eaten by the fucking
Sarlacc, yeah.
No, that's not the Sarlacc. The Sarlacc's that thing that's like a big monster like thing.
No, it's not.
Yes?
No, it's not. It's a Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, isn't the fucking Sarlacc when they throw them in the pit to I don't fucking know. What movie even is that? Is that the 6th movie?
Yeah.
That's the one I've seen the least. Are you sure that the Sarlacc isn't the fucking Yeti thing they fight in the basement?
Positive.
Oh, okay. He would know. He knows Salacious B. Crumb's name after all, so I believe him.
True.
So anyways, they cut to the Boba Fett hand, and then they cut to another thing, and it's Darth Maul in the Clone Wars or whatever coming back. What was it? Clone Wars, the TV show, whatever show he came back in.
Yeah,
he was in that, and he was in Rebels. He was in some other show also. But so they show Darth Maul, they show Boba Fett, and then they show Palpatine falling down at the end of the 6th movie. And then they cut to Poe Dameron being like, Palpatine came back somehow. And it's like, that was their explanation for Palpatine returning, is he somehow came back. Whoa, exposition, never getting any. It's like,
true.
How did he do that? Well, he did it somehow. You're telling me that Palpatine came back somehow, but Kylo Ren is definitively dead?
That is exactly what I'm telling you,
brother. What? I think the only thing worse than Star Wars fans ruining Star Wars is Disney executives ruining Star Wars.
Yeah, literally.
It's insane.
Quite literally.
I would see this. I would see an Adam Driver Kylo Ren movie. I would see it if it was a prequel or a sequel.
I would too. I would go into it not expecting to like it though. But that's just because it's modern Star Wars, and
but I feel like
the recent stuff has been kind of bad.
The recent stuff has been bad, but you can't deny that Kylo Ren wasn't like the best part of it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like Rey sucked. Dude, the whole fucking, what is that? The 8th movie. That whole entire film sucked. I just, there were some cool aspects to it, but like. They did so many weird, like, oh, we're trying to like break the mold sort of shit that like really, I don't know.
I just fucking ruined everything.
Dude, I would have been so satisfied if Leia got sucked out into space and didn't force pull her way back in. That's a sick death, dude. Fucking space vacuum kills you. That's a fucking sick ass death. Let her die like that. I would have been happy with Finn sacrificing himself to help the Resistance instead of Rose stopping him. Like, him going to sacrifice himself and Rose saving him just like defeats the purpose of what he was even doing. Like, he might as well have not done it, and the story is actually stronger if he didn't do that.
Yeah.
What else pissed me off? People talk about the Holo maneuver as being like this thing, but like I think that's okay. I think it's fucking cool, actually. but I think that's okay because like you're jumping to light speed. There's obviously an obstacle in front of you, and you just shatter into it at high speed, like it would cause an explosion. Like, you know.
So, well, I think their issue with that was when, like, why hasn't that ever happened before when jumping to light speed? Like,
Yeah.
you mean to tell me fucking
So like
every
yeah,
time they're jumping to light speed, you're not hitting any asteroids or anything like that?
Well, so I the way in my head, the way it's always worked is that when you're actually in light speed, like when you're actually hauling ass, you are intangible. You're basically light itself, right? But also
that
the
maneuver,
ships,
like, it was like getting to that, basically.
yeah, he was still accelerating, so he's like near light speed and just hit the ship. And so there's that, but also I think that the ships themselves can calculate and make it so that they don't hit anything on the way to where they're going. I do kind of prefer how Guardians does space travel over that, where you go through like portals that are like wormholes and those teleport you. I like that better than light speed. Light speed is fine though. The argument is also like, well, why don't we just build like drones that can go light speed and like fly into other ships or like droids or something, you know?
Yeah.
But I think you could also just make the argument that like no one had ever thought to do that before.
True.
So I mean, yeah, so like no one had ever thought to do that. So like that's why it's the holdo maneuver, because it's the first time it's ever happened. I'm okay with that being in the movie. That was fine. It was all the other fucking bullshit that pissed me off. But the Kylo Ren parts were like pretty good. Oh, dude, don't get me started on the fucking blue milk. Or just Obi-Wan in general. Like, that kid's bitch made as fuck. You're telling me not only is that kid fucking scared of Kylo Ren because of the evil he saw in him, dude, he was about to fucking murk that kid in his sleep. Like, what the fuck? That's not something that Luke Skywalker would do. I said Obi-Wan, but I meant Luke Skywalker.
You did say Obi-Wan. I was gonna say something once you stopped talking.
Dude, it's just like, it's because he's old.
Whoa.
I don't know. I feel like Mark Hamill should have said something. I don't know. I gave it a chance. That fucking movie was ass.
True.
Kind of all three of those movies were ass. The Force Awakens was actually like okay, but I think most people just didn't know what to expect.
I kind of think so too.
My only issue with The Force Awakens is that Rey beat Kylo at the end, and Kylo's a trained, like he has Jedi training with a lightsaber, and he lost to Rey, who is a fucking sand pirate of some sort. So yeah,
Better than a fucking butt pirate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think maybe butt pirates are cooler than that. Sand is coarse and it gets everywhere.
True.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know. Kylo Ren movie though would be sick.
It would be sick.
What? I was just gonna say, like, how would they even frame that? Like, if it's after episode 9, like Rey is alive. They were kind of like having a lovey-dovey thing going on. Like, would she be in the film? Or is
She
it just...
could have been the one on the hunt for him. We don't even know who it was.
Yeah, we literally
I don't know who else would have been hunting for him. I feel like it probably would have been her.
Skywalker.
So what's kind of crazy is they presented the project, it was ready to shoot, had a finalized script, budget mapped out, and a proposed production start date.
Oh yeah.
And then Disney's like, no. So they had initially greenlit it.
My problem with that is Disney being like, no, it's not plausible. He couldn't possibly be alive. He's definitively dead. He died in 9. And I feel like his death was the most like, I actually expected an end credit scene of him like crawling out of the hole or something, or like him coming to help Rey like in the middle of the fight or something. But it was just like, didn't happen. Also, Rey being related to Palpatine pissed me off too.
Yeah, same.
And then her
I really
calling
thought
herself...
she was gonna be a Kenobi, honestly.
Dude, I would have been fine if she was just some no-name bitch who wasn't related to anyone. That would have been cool too. I would have even been
True.
cool if they like made some like revelation or some sort of fact that like when Anakin died, his midichlorians or whatever, his part of the Force returns to the Force and it finds a new person, and then that's why she's powerful, is because she just happened to have Anakin's like midichlorians or whatever.
Yeah, she's like reincarnated Anakin.
That's a better story than her being Palpatine's granddaughter. Holy shit.
What about Palpatine somehow returning? How's that?
Sick,
Do
dude.
you like that? Yeah, sick.
I just
Fucking
hate that he's
sick.
like, hey, I'm back. Guess what? I'm gonna do the exact same fucking thing I was already doing.
In a different font. Yeah, that shit was fucking crazy, bro.
No, but it's not. It's no longer the Death Star. It's the Star Killer base.
True. It's the Star.
That one guy being the traitor or whatever, the rat, didn't make sense to me either.
Yeah.
He still technically killed a shit ton of people on the rebel side. I guess like he technically had a change of heart and that's why he turned traitor. He wasn't like a rat from the beginning, but like I don't know.
Him being a turncoat though seemed very unlikely because he was like so for the fucking
First
not
Order.
Empire, but yeah, First Order. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my issues with that as well because like it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, because his story is basically he got his fifis hurt and now he's mad, and so he's changed sides.
Yeah, Kylo fucking twisted his nipples too many times, so now he's like, you know what?
Also,
You can't beat him, join him.
where the fuck did Phasma go? Shout out cool ass stormtrooper lady that fucking
Yeah, she got fucking
falls in a hole with fire or
she-
something.
Yeah, she got Boba Fetted. She was
She
cool as
dead?
shit, had minimal screen time, and then died.
I liked her character too because she recognized Finn as being a trooper, and like that dialogue between them was really interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know, shit's stupid. Let's talk about
shit was
cookies,
stupid.
which are also
Yeah, let's
stupid.
do it. They are stupid. Well, so I did get cookies this past week.
I didn't. I meant to.
This when was the last time you got cookies, dog? It's
Like
been
a
like a month
ago.
and a half.
It has.
So I wanted to get the cookies and cream cookie again, because the last time I got it, I expected to really like it, and it very much so underwhelmed me. It was like bland. It was really weird. So like this cookie is supposed to have Oreo mixed in and also white chocolate chips. Fun fact, and I don't think it had white chocolate chips the first time.
I didn't even know it was
The
supposed to have those.
drizzle on it was like super minimal, and it like the cookie itself, I think they like mixed it too well. So basically, you didn't get like chunks of Oreo. It was like all just super fucking combined.
Perfect.
So it just sucked. This time there was like fucking chunks of Oreo in it. Like I said, the white chocolate chip, which so I was like struggling to tell if it was white chocolate chip or if it was like the cream, like a chunk of the cream from an Oreo, and it looked like a chip when biting it. Maybe it was actually just the cream of
Yeah, who
Oreo.
knows?
I don't know. But I don't know. This time it was really fucking good. I give that a 9.5 out of 10. Honestly, that when it's done well is one of my favorite fucking cookies. I got tres leches again because I
Hell
like
yeah.
that. That's not bad. It is one of the like cold desserts, and that needs to be refrigerated. So I get a little weary of those because I leave my fucking cookies out in the box. Except for that, I did put that in the fridge.
Well, you leave your pizza out on the counter too, don't you? Like when you order pizza.
Fuck yeah, I do. Sure do.
That's crazy.
Sure fucking do. I'll eat that shit for up to 2 days after. I don't go past that.
Nah.
Usually that shit's too stale anyways, but
True.
yeah,
well,
I'll
even
eat
if you
that shit
refrigerate
for
it, it's
fucking
too
2
stale
days.
after 2 days.
Yeah.
I wait until it's room temperature and then I put it in the fridge, which is I think what you're supposed to do. Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned the tres leches and then you kept saying cream because it jogged my memory of a guy who worked here at a grocery store. This was quite a few years ago, at least 15 years ago, I would say, maybe not quite that far back, but it's been at least 10. He got arrested because he worked at a grocery store, it's like what's called Sunflower, which is kind of like Whole Foods sort of store.
Okay.
Sprouts type of store, right? And he was working at that store, and he was giving out yogurt samples, but he was jacking off and jizzing in them.
No fucking shot, bro.
Yeah, and so he's giving out jizz yogurt samples, and one of the women who tasted the yogurt, she got a sample. She was like, "That's fucking cum."
Big cum guy, are you?
And so she went and reported him, and then when they pressed him about it, he spilled the beans. He cracked under zero pressure. So anyways, there was an incident of ever since I heard that, I don't ever fucking take free samples, dude.
That's crazy. I think I will not be taking free samples
Dude,
anymore.
it's insane. But shout out to her for fucking being like, that's cum.
Yeah.
in the yogurt.
That is true.
Anyway,
Shout out to her.
Yeah, that was just a funny little story because you kept saying cream and whatever the fuck else you were saying, jizz and all that.
Yeah. Tres leches.
Yeah, jizzing in your leches.
The other cookie that was super solid, the cereal cookie, dude. That is one of my favorite cookies.
That's what I wanted. I mean, I did kind of want the Dubai brownie, but like, I really wanted that cereal cookie, and I just fucking didn't go.
Yeah,
but it was good.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite cookies. I gave that a 10.
Hell yeah,
it's so good. Something about Fruity Pebbles really make good desserts because we make milkshakes at my work, and one Halloween like 3 or 4 years ago, we call it the serial killer shake, and it was literally just our normal like ice cream base. So like basically it would end up being like a vanilla shake.
Yeah.
With like 2 scoops of Fruity Pebbles in it, and you would like top it with Fruity Pebbles, and that shit was fucking fire. It was so good.
Who else does topped shakes? Is that Dave's Hot Chicken? You don't know because you don't have those. Someone else I was looking at recently, a place has topped shakes, and they do one that's
Sonic
like,
might.
No, I don't think it was Sonic. I think it was Dave's Hot Chicken. They have like, you have your shake, and then they put like cereal on top of it, or like Oreos on top of it. That was kind of cool. I didn't try it. 'Cause I didn't actually order anything from there, but that seemed cool.
Yeah.
There's this other place we have called Chiba Hut, which is like a weed themed sandwich place, and everything they do is like weed themed. Like, they don't call their sides, they call them munchies, and like all their sandwiches are named after like different like weed. Like there's like a Jamaican what is it? I don't even know what it's called. They have like the Kind, AK-47, like Grifo, fucking weed.
Oh yeah.
Weed puns and all that. And
Yeah.
they sell Fruity Pebble Rice Krispie treats, and those shits fucking slap.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, those are phenomenal. And they're huge too. They're so big that after you're done eating it, your fucking jaw hurts if you eat the whole thing in one sitting. I don't recommend doing that because it's like 800 calories, but if you did choose to do that,
I'd do it, honestly.
True. Should we go over this week's?
I support it.
Hell yeah. Should we go over this week's cookies?
Well, yeah, I definitely do want to go over them because I'm fucking disappointed.
Damn. All right. Starting
As
off, the opposite of strong, very weak, very sad. We have the cookie dough cookie. I think I hate this cookie. Like, I hate the concept, and I hate this cookie.
Too.
Hey, dude.
It's fucking stupid.
You want some raw cookie on your cooked cookie? No, bitch. Pick one or the other. Don't do both. We got a brown sugar cookie.
So I it doesn't say milkshake, but I do think that's supposed to be like a cookie dough milkshake cookie because it's served chilled.
Yeah.
And their milkshake cookies are always like, it has that fucking buttercream.
It says buttercream, yeah, and finished with chunks of cookie dough. And dude, I don't know. This looks so ass to me. And they have these like little chocolate chips that like, these chocolate chips have that like white coating on it, which is like indicative of the chocolate is old and like hasn't been like used yet. Stop.
Yeah, true.
Then you
Stop.
got the dirt cake cookie, the only cookie this week that I would want to try, which is a dark chocolate cookie coated in cookies and cream crumbs, which, I mean, I guess I don't see the cream anywhere. Swirled fudge frosting and sprinkled with chocolate streusel. So you'll see there's a cream, like the frosted cream, and then they crumble some shit on top. Haha, it's Crumbl. And then there's a gummy worm, dirt and worm sort of thing. Their gummy worms, I don't know what gummy worms they use, but they kind of suck.
Yeah.
Their gummies in general, their blue sharks are okay. Their other gummies are not great. It's like generic gummies. It's fine, but I don't know. They got the French toast cookie, which I think it looks good. Like presentation wise, it looks good. My issue is that it's got that huge fucking buttercream thing, and I don't like that stuff. Like, I don't hate it, but like, I'm not a fan, if that makes sense. Like, if I could opt not to have it, I would.
Yeah, that cookie would probably be okay if not for the dollop of buttercream.
I mean, you could just take it off. It's not that hard, but like, I don't know. You paid for it. You might as well eat it.
Yeah.
Then we got the pumpkin cheesecake cookie. This is nothing spectacular, and it's pumpkin, so I fucking hate it. The cookie actually sounds okay. It's just the fucking pumpkin cheesecake frosting that's fucking with me.
If I were going, I would get that this week just
Yeah.
to try it. But like none of these are intriguing me, so like I don't even think I'm gonna bother.
But this is like, it's like deconstructed pumpkin pie because it's a chilled buttery graham cookie. So it's a cookie that's like a graham cracker, and then it's got pumpkin cheesecake frosting. Like, I guess it's more like a pumpkin cheesecake than a pumpkin pie, but like, I don't know. And we got the Halloween confetti milkshake cookie. This has fucking sprinkles on it. I don't know why they keep doing that. I hate sprinkles.
It's like rolled in sprinkles too. That's what's funny.
Yeah, and then it actually, I don't know why, but the fucking buttercream on that actually looks like really nice, and I think it's because the sprinkles aren't on top of it. This cookie is just boring. There's nothing exciting about this cookie.
Exactly.
They could have made like an orange cookie, or like put like, dude, you know what I really like are those fucking sugar cookies, the Pillsbury sugar
Loft
cookies.
House. Or what? Oh, yeah.
And they have like little shapes on them. There's like bats and pumpkins and shit. The holiday ones, like, I fucking love those. That's what this kind of looks like to me, but not. I mean, it's Halloween, so it makes sense. We got the chocolate peanut butter brownie featuring Reese's Pieces, not Reese's Pieces. We've been over this. It's a brownie, a peanut butter brownie. I feel like
I would also probably get this if I were going.
I feel like we've had a lot of peanut butter brownies and peanut butter things. I feel like there's been a peanut butter thing like every week for a while now.
So there was a different type of peanut butter brownie recently.
But
I forget how it was, but it wasn't Reese's Pieces. It was like it was something else, but it was peanut butter themed.
Yeah, but not just brownies, but I feel like they have like a peanut butter thing every week. Like there's at least one peanut butter thing every week. There's like a cookies and cream and a peanut butter thing every week. Like one of both of those.
Yeah, it's because it's such a safe fallback. Like they know doing that will get a lot of people in. Like peanut butter is such a popular fucking thing.
And then we finish off strong with their fucking semi-sweet chocolate chunk cookie.
True.
I almost want to say this cookie is growing on me.
Damn.
Well, just like looking at the roster of this week, it's like, damn, I'm kind of happy that the semi-sweet chocolate, like if I went, I'd be like, dude, I don't know what to get. I'd get the dirt cake cookie, and then I'd be like, dude, I don't know what to get out of the rest of my cookies. I would just get some semi-sweet chocolate chunk cookies. Fill out whatever box I was ordering.
We actually have a secret menu this week, and it's the original cookie, but it looks like an M&M cookie. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Let's look at. Oh, everyone's got a secret menu this week. It looks like. Oh, what the fuck is this? Orange roll cookie. What is this? I don't know what this is. So one of the Crumbles near me in the other city has the orange roll cookie. I don't know what that is. It looks interesting.
I don't know either.
What the fuck is this one? Limeade cookie. Hell yeah! It comes with a lime slice. What the fuck is this? candy corn sugar cookie with a single candy corn on it. Now, if you were Crumbl and you heard the word candy corn, how many candy corns would you crumble on top of your cookie? Because the answer is one, exactly one piece of candy corn.
Yeah, definitely several for sure.
That's crazy. Peanut butter and jelly cookie? I thought this was a cinnamon cookie or something. The fuck is this one? Fruit pizza cookie. Hell yeah. Chocolate Swiss roll cookie. I haven't seen some of these before.
Yeah.
Mint mallow sandwich cookie. That sounds fucking badass. Oh, do you think some of these are like the test cookies?
No. I've been looking at the test stuff.
Oh.
Or like at least the lab shit.
Mint cookies and cream. Interesting. Lemon bar cookie. What's this one? Classic peanut butter cookie. Yo, that actually looks really good. I don't think I've ever seen that cookie. Their peanut butter cookies always have a bunch of fucking dude, kitchen sink cookie. What the fuck, dog? What is this? Triple berry whatever. Oh, here's a pistachio pie cookie. Yeah, secret menu going kind of hard this week. Interesting. I don't know what was up. Maybe they had like a distribution issue, or maybe it's just that there were so many cookies that one week. Pineapple whip cookie. Gross. I don't think pineapple and cookies go together, but
Yeah, I was a little confused as to what the fuck happened because I almost didn't even bother looking just because I hadn't, like, we haven't had one in like 2 or 3 weeks.
yeah.
And something was just like, oh well, just look.
Oh, actually, only one of the. Oh, just kidding. They're covered up. I was gonna say only one of the stores near me has one. In my city, that is. But both of them have it. They're just covered up. So I wonder if you really zoom in, you can see some. Nope,
Maybe.
just looks like that problem in Albuquerque. Very
Oh yeah,
cool.
let's go over free games and then we'll wrap her.
Rapper, I hardly know her.
Exactly.
But hold on.
So
I got something for that. Hold on. It's gonna take me just a second. I got it though. Oh, here we go. Ready? Are you ready?
yeah. Wow, good one, dude. From October 23rd to October 30th, Fear the Spotlight. So by the time you're hearing this, you're only gonna have like a day or something. So make sure you fucking snatch it.
With your snatch?
Yeah, sure. And
Oh,
then
okay.
October 30th through November 6th, you have Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Oh, I know
and
what game
Five
that is.
Nights. True, same. And then 5 Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit.
Oh yeah, some scary games for a scary time.
Yeah, that's cool. We love
they've-
a good horror.
Oh, they've been doing horror movies. Yeah, horror movies. They've been doing horror games pretty much all October, I think.
Yeah, seemingly. Well, I think starting with this week. I don't think last week was, but I forget what it was exactly.
You just read last week.
The week.
2 weeks
No,
ago?
I read this week. I read this week, and I read the upcoming week.
Tomatoes.
Dumb fuck.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about my revelation? Revelation. Did I ever tell you about my revelation? I almost said relevation again. About tomato, that thing.
No, I don't think so. What was your revelation?
Yeah, because it's everyone whoever says that statement who's like tomato is saying it with an English accent, or not like an American English accent, but it makes more sense if you realize it's like a British accent, tomato. So it's tomato, you know. So I was like, who the
That
fuck
makes
says?
sense.
I was like, I've never even heard anyone say tomato. And then I was watching some British guy and he said tomato, or there's some tomatoes over there, and I was like,
Yeah,
I
light bulb.
see. Yeah. Light bulb for sure. Anyways, this was episode 31 of
Yeah, 31.
between a rock and a bald spot.
Exactly.